Okay. We are live. We are live. Can I share it? Dogs. Chat. Please show me the chat. So start. I don't remember how I shared my stream last time. Should a little further. Start vertical camera now. You're live. Let me check YouTube. Update it. Why? Okay, let's see. My channel. Okay. I think we are all set. We are live. The voice, the sound is good. And I don't know if you have any viewers yet, but doesn't matter because the video will be saved anyway. Okay, so good evening. It's good to be back. Today I'm doing writing task 2. Here's the topic. It's the first time I'm looking at it. Actually, it's not the first time. I found it like 15 minutes ago. But yeah. I'll set the timer for 40 minutes. So, I mean, before I do that, let me just quickly walk through what I'm gonna do. This is a 2-part question, of course, because we have 2 questions. Like, people are working harder than others. Some people work harder than others in education and employment, yes. So like students and employees. So is it always a good thing to work hard? Yeah, so I'll answer the first question first in the first body, and then the second one in the second body. I follow Simon's structure. Okay, so without further ado, let's do it. I started the clock. First things first. I'm gonna start with the plan. Make it a little bit bigger. Make the whole thing a little bigger. Okay, so plan. Why do some people work harder? Several reasons. Maybe just 2 reasons. And is it always a good thing to work hard? It's like, my honest answer is yes, but a more interesting answer to develop would be no. So it's not always a good thing to be hardworking. Okay. So first, body. Yes, I said several reasons. Yeah, why do people work harder? Yeah, it's mostly out of necessity. Out of necessity. Like nobody volunteers. Like out of necessity or out of passion. Like those are my two reasons. I'll develop them later. Is it always a good thing? Is it always a good thing to work hard? You know what? I'm actually gonna say yes. Like, but the word always. It's generally a good idea to work hard, but you can't keep going at the same rate for a very long time. Never mind. Yes, it is always a good idea to work hard. Yes. Always positive, beneficial. So, why is it positive or beneficial? Um, it seemed like self-sacrifice. Self-sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but I'm gonna just choose one side. I'll say yes, it is a good thing, because it improves one's chances of success. Also makes life more fulfilling. Yeah. Fulfilling means satisfying, right? Like it gives your life more meaning. So you'll see once I develop these ideas. So ideas. How? Okay, why is my default font size, why is it changed to 16 instead of 14? It's annoying. Out of necessity. How? Yeah, so some people, they're poor, right? Yes. Their situation requires it. Poor people, or people who live below poverty line. Yes, feel like below poverty line, then more likely to be hardworking. Why? To lift themselves out of poverty, to escape their unfavorable circumstances. Yes. Simply put, they just want to not be poor, stop being poor. Examples: athletes. From humble beginnings. They're very conscientious. It's a very nice word, conscientious. Very topic specific. It means someone who is very hardworking. And yes, so out of necessity. Whatever. Next reason, how or why. And of course, my font size is again 16. That's alright. Out of passion. Yes, another factor is inherent motivation. motivation. Some people are driven. Obsessed with their hobby or profession, so they just do it. So they dedicate all their time and energy to this pursuit. I mean, another example, example is like artists. But do they work hard? Artists, they don't work hard. Entrepreneurs, they can. Like the only person I can think of is Elon Musk, to be honest. 100-hour work weeks to this day, even though he's the richest freaking man on the planet. Okay, improves, so it's always positive. Improves one's chances of success. Yes. So how does it improve someone's chances of success? Like working hard. So highly competitive world. You need to gain an edge. You need to work hard. Highly competitive world. You need to work hard. Yes. You need to work harder than others. Not just hard, but harder than your competitors, harder than rivals. Example, in business, founders are fully dedicated more likely to make it and be undeterred. Yes, whatever. From failure, right? From failure. I don't know about the word failure. Probably incorrect. So it makes life more fulfilling. I've already spent 10 minutes. So it makes life more fulfilling. How? How does it make life more fulfilling? Working hard. Yes. Fulfilling. So without work and responsibilities, hard to sustain meaning in life. Meaning in life, why? There's too much free time. leads to boredom and then depression. Yes. It's boredom, a loss of self-esteem, and depression. Example, I always feel depressed when I'm idle for too long. Okay, that's my plan done. It's too long. That's okay. Now we write. We have 27 minutes to work with. Spend a little too much time for planning, but I'll make it work. Just watch me. It's true that there are always students, always those students and employees who outwork. I'll cheat, guys. I'm sorry. Let me check if outwork is actually work harder, faster, or longer than. Yes. Those students who outwork others. There are always those students and employees who outwork others. I believe there are two main reasons or should I say factors? Two main factors, reasons for this, and it's indeed a positive. The question asked if it was a good thing to work hard. It's indeed positive. To be hardworking. Okay, so first, one major reason some people work rigorously. I want to say rigorously, but I don't think it works. Yeah, it doesn't work. Reason why some people work so hard is out of necessity. Is because their circumstances require it or demand it. Those who live below poverty line or individuals. I'm changing my plan here. I want to add some, like another group of people, not just poor people. There's circumstances require this to live a hard time. Under pressure, under social pressure to perform. Actually, never mind. It's never a good idea to change your plan. You need to follow it strictly. Below poverty line. Who live below poverty line. Can put in more efforts than others in their studies or work in order to improve their situation. Many athletes come from humble beginnings. Show have admirable work ethics, have had to show admirable or extraordinary work ethics. Show excellent, admirable work ethics. Just Sayo Mane had to work tirelessly to lift their families. Themselves and their family out of poverty. Another factor is people's passion. There are some individuals so obsessed with their hobbies or professions that they dedicate virtually all their time and energy to their pursuits. To becoming better at their pursuits. A famous example is Elon Musk. Elon Musk, who, despite being the richest man in the world, is Elon Musk, who, despite being the richest man in the world, still has admirable work ethics. Finally, I get to use this phrase. Admirable work ethics. With 100-hour, the notorious 100-hour work weeks. At Tesla and SpaceX, such people do it passion, yes. Do it for the love they have. The love they have for their work. This is okay. I'll change it later. Okay. So continue. Is it always a good thing? Next question. Always positive. I have 14 minutes left. Okay. Excuse me for a second. Yep, sorry about that. I had to close the door. Plan looks like an essay. I agree. I didn't even register get my teacher. Hi. Is it message retracted? You'll never regret the results of hard work. True. Okay, 13 minutes. A famous example is Elon Musk, who, despite being the richest man in the world, still, you know, to this day has admirable work ethics, with the notorious 100-hour work weeks at Tesla and SpaceX attributable to the love they have for their work. Okay. Make life more fulfilling. Always positive. I would argue that hard work working conscientiously is always beneficial. I'm just showing off my vocabulary here, right? I said putting in work ethics, conscientiously, etc. Yeah. Always positive, improves my chances of success, yes. So, firstly, it's a modern requirement. It's a modern prerequisite for success in any endeavor. We live in a highly competitive world. One where a person needs to work harder than their rivals to gain an edge. In business, for instance, a founder who's fully devoted to their company or startup is more likely to make it. Compared to someone who works half as hard. Even on the face of setbacks, challenges, the former will probably remain undeterred and not give up, further increasing their chances of success. Furthermore, seconds left. Okay. Uh, okay. Being occupied with work makes life more fulfilling. Without any responsibilities. Yes, so without any responsibilities, or a job, or a hobby, it would be hard for people to sustain meaning in their lives, in their existence. Okay, I'm writing way too complicated, in a way too complicated manner. Too much free time. So have too much free time. Too much free time can lead to boredom, which in turn causes a person to lose their self-esteem. In turn, undermines a person's self-esteem, making them more prone to mental health issues such as depression. I feel like I'm writing an article, not an essay. That's never a good sign. Okay, I feel depressed. In my own experience during summer breaks, when I am idle, when I'm usually idle for too long, I look forward to going back to work and fill the void. Void. I look forward to going back to work. Back to the job and Fill the void. Created by doing nothing with didn't work. In conclusion, finally we've reached a conclusion, and I have only 3 minutes left, bro. Come on. Some people are more hardworking than others, mainly due to their rough circumstances. Rough circumstances, come on. And or alternatively, because of passion, because of being passionate about the work. I think those who have a chance to work hard should feel grateful because their efforts make success more likely for them, as well as filling their lives with meaning. 400 words. Somebody shoot me in the freaking head. This is terrible. And I have 20 seconds left. This is actually horrendous stuff. What did I do? Like, what did I do? I think I'm just bored. I broke all my rules. I was supposed to write under 300 words, but I didn't. I wrote 400 words. And, like, my language is too complex. Probably made a bunch of mistakes because of that. And my plan was also too complicated. Yeah, I think I've had too long a break from writing task 2. Okay, it's true that there are always those students and employees who outwork others. I believe there are 2 main reasons for this, and it's indeed positive to be hardworking. It's indeed to be always hardworking. One major reason some people who work so hard is because their circumstances require it. Amended. Those who live below poverty line, those who are in poverty, put in more efforts than others in their studies or work in order to improve their situation. Many athletes who come from humble beginnings to study money have had to work tirelessly to lift themselves and their families out of poverty. Another factor is people's passion. There are some individuals so obsessed with their hobbies or professions that they dedicate virtually all their time and energy to becoming better at their pursuits. A famous example is Elon Musk, who, despite being the richest man in the world, to this day has admirable work ethics with the notorious 100-hour work weeks at Tesla and SpaceX. Such people do it for the love they have for their work. I would argue that working conscientiously is always beneficial. Firstly, it's a modern prerequisite for success in any endeavor. We live in a highly competitive world, one where a person needs to work harder than their rivals to gain an edge. In business, for instance, a founder who is fully devoted to their company or a startup is more likely to make it compared to someone who works half as hard. Even on the face of setbacks and challenges, the former will probably remain undeterred and not give up, further increasing their chances of success. Furthermore, being occupied with work makes life more fulfilling. Without any responsibilities or a hobby, it would be hard for people to sustain meaning in their existence. Too much free time can lead to boredom, which in turn undermines a person's self-esteem, making them more prone to mental health issues, such as depression. In my own experience, during summer breaks, when I'm usually idle for too long, I often look forward to going back to my job. Forward to returning to my job and fill the void created by doing nothing with the work. And fill the empty void created by doing nothing with work. In conclusion, some people are more hardworking than others, mainly due to their rough circumstances, or alternatively because of being passionate about their work. I think those who have a chance to work hard should feel grateful because their efforts make success more likely for them, as well as filling their lives with meaning. Good, nice story, buddy. Okay. So, my version, there's just no excuse for this essay. Okay. What's the score? I don't know. Maybe it's still not gonna be below 8, I believe. ChatGPT. I think it should be still 8.5, but I mean, this is not how I want to achieve 8.5. Like, first of all, I want to achieve 9. And this is never getting 9. It's probably like 8 or 8.5. Let's see what ChatGPT thinks of it. In the meantime, I can read your comments. Assalamu alaikum, teacher. Wa alaikum assalam. Practice makes perfect. Yep. Entering the university. Good article for passage 2. Totally. It's argument essay. It's just an essay. It's not an argument essay per se. Wow. Argument essay per se. So this is a very strong IELTS Band 9 level essay, both in structure and ideas. You've handled the question precisely with a clear position throughout, logical progression, and a sophisticated range of vocabulary and grammar. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's too long. Make it more concise. I'm ashamed of myself. Don't be seriously. Your essay is excellent. It's clear, mature, and full of natural examples. The only issue is length, not quality. Yeah, all right. Oops. So, a refined version, let's see it. That there are always some students in posts who outwork others, but there are too many reasons for this, and because consistently hardworking is indeed a positive trait. Yes, trait. That's right. Okay, so now I'm analyzing the model. Actually, let me do it where you can see it. Yeah, there you go. So the refined version of the essay. It's indeed a positive trait. Okay, certain individuals work so hard is that their circumstances demanded. Living in poverty often put in more effort than others in their studies or jobs to improve their situation. Many athletes from humble backgrounds, such as Sadio Mane, have had to work tirelessly to lift themselves and their families out of hardship. Another factor is personal passion. People are so deeply absorbed in their hobbies, so deeply absorbed. I used the word obsessed, and I think it was okay. A profession that they dedicate nearly all their time and energy to becoming better at what they do. A well-known example is Elon Musk, who, despite being one of the richest men in the world, continues to maintain an admirable, yes, maintain, I couldn't come up with that word, maintain a work ethic, famously clocking, wow, famously clocking, okay, are driven primarily by love for their work. Yes, love for their work. That's more concise and better. I would argue that working conscientiously is always beneficial. Firstly, it's a modern prerequisite for success in any field. We live in a highly competitive world, one where a person must work harder than their rivals to gain an advantage. Okay, advantage, I considered using that word. In business, for instance, a founder fully devoted to their company or startup is more likely to succeed than someone who puts in half as much effort. Okay. Even in the face of, not on the face of, the former is more likely to remain undeterred, thereby increasing their chance of success. Being engaged in work makes life more fulfilling without being engaged in, or meaningful pursuit. It would be difficult for people to sustain a sense of purpose. Leads to boredom, which in turn undermines self-esteem and can contribute to mental health issues. Just present from my own experience during summer breaks, when I'm usually idle for long periods, I often look forward to returning to work to fill the emptiness that comes from doing nothing. Okay, this part I could have definitely improved, but I didn't have time for editing, because stupidly I spent all my time for writing like 400 words. Don't do it. Keep your essays short. Genuine passion for their work. Hearts should feel grateful, as their efforts not only make success more likely, but also bring a deeper sense of purpose to their lives. Yeah. True. Now, highlight and give definitions to all the topic-specific vocabulary from the original essay. I'm gonna use ChatGPT. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That's okay. It's very rich in vocabulary. That you can't deny it. That you can't just deny it. So I think in terms of work, we learned the phrase outwork someone means to work harder than someone. humble beginnings. You can say tirelessly, work tirelessly. It means work really hard. Pursuits, admirable work ethic, which means a strong sense of responsibility and hard work. 100-hour work weeks. That's self-explanatory. Work conscientious. Yeah, okay, it's just the word. Conscientious means work very hard. To be idle means to be free, doing nothing. And that's it. Make a PDF. I'd love a PDF. Oh, I'd love it. I mean, at the very least, this is like a passage. You can use it as a passage, like an article. And of course, this goes to my channel. Of course. Vocabulary. Topic vocabulary, or if you prefer the PDF, I have that one too. So now I can answer any questions. But you really deserve 9. Thank you so much. Yes, if you guys have any questions, now is the time. Plan looks like an essay, yeah. So, Hikari Uchiha. Hey. Alright. I think I'm going to a decent article from Double Niner. Yup. Thank you, wifey. Yes, I'm gonna stop the stream right here, end the stream right here. Thank you for joining in, and see you next time.